The following presentation is general in nature and should not be considered as financial advice. Please do your own research, consider this information wisely, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Hey guys, welcome to Cryptocurrency 101. My name's Crypto Neil, and today I'm going to run you through how to trade cryptocurrency. So in the last video I taught you how to buy cryptocurrency, but in terms of actually trading cryptocurrency, I'll run you through how to actually physically do that. Now make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe so you're the first person to see new videos. And the first thing I'm going to teach you about is what is a SAT. What on earth is a Satoshi? The second thing is, why do I care? Now, a SAT or a Satoshi is the smallest unit of Bitcoin recorded on the blockchain. So one SAT equals 0.000000001 Bitcoin. All right. Now, what a Satoshi is? So say it's like how in fiat currency, 1 cent is the lowest form of the smallest unit of a dollar. All right. And why do I care about that? Because the aim of the game is to actually make Bitcoin. You might think it's to make fiat dollars, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin in 10 years' time will be worth a whole lot more than it is now. So what the main aim of the game is to make Bitcoin and to be growing your Satoshis, growing your Bitcoins, rather than actually growing your US dollars or Australian dollars or British pounds or whatever you're trading with. So in terms of actually how to do a trade, the first one is to pick your coin. So what do I want to buy? So I'll go into CoinMarketCap. I'm going to go to, say, I want to buy some power. Let me just type that in properly. And it'll come up with Power Ledger. So I'll click on this, 79 cents. What a bargain. Watch this video back in about 6 months, guys, or about a year. I promise you 79 cents is an absolute bargain. But regardless of anything, what you do is you scroll down, you click on the Markets tab, which is this one, and you see where it's being sold. Now, power is pretty popular, so it has got a lot of places it's being sold, but you can see here Binance is one of them, Gate.io is one of them, Bittrex is another one, KuCoin is another one. So the main two that I try to trade on these days is KuCoin and Binance. All right, so I'm going to use Binance as an example today. Now, sometimes you might want to actually sort it by price. So you can see here with power, because it's so popularly traded, 79 cents, 77 cents at some, 76 cents at Gate. And look, people do actually make money by what they call arbitrage. So if, say, that was 70 cents and say this was 80 cents, they buy it here, they sell it here, and rinse and repeat. And you can make a little bit of profit doing it that way. Usually there's a reason, though, why there is actually a bit of arbitrage. Usually that'll run into the next point that I'm going to bring up, is convert it into a base currency of the pair. Or it'll run into what I'm going to say at the end of the video. But so basically we found out that power is available on Binance, and it's available to Bitcoin to power, Ethereum to power, Binance coin to power. So in our last video we had Bitcoin. So what I'll do is I'll go to the Exchange Basic. I'll go to power to Bitcoin, which it should already be loaded. And what you'll see here on the left hand side is power, the prices that you can buy or sell power for. Now this screen here, this is the lowest selling price, and this is the highest buying price orders in at the moment. So basically this person wants to sell their power for 7258 Satoshis. You can see it just changed then. All right, so 7,258 Satoshis, and this person, that's the highest. So it's almost like going to an auction. It's almost like going to eBay or something like that, where one person's willing to sell it for a certain amount and one person's willing to buy it for a lot lower, and then it's about finding the midpoint. So what you can do if you want to, there's two things you can do. You can do a limit order, and what that means is you choose the amount manually. So say if I want to go right in the middle of that, say I want to go 7250, so that's higher than the highest buy order, lower than the lowest sell order. I'd put in, and I want to buy 1,000 powers. It's going to calculate it for me. That'll only be 0.07 of a Bitcoin, and then I can go ahead and click buy power, and my 7250 order will come up as the highest one on the buy orders. Okay, now alternately, if I just wanted to get power, I don't care what price I get it at, I could just click here and actually buy that 1,109 one of the gentleman over there, or lady, depending on who's trading, obviously. And then, or I could click on the market order, which will just take it as market price. So that's just whatever price it's selling at the moment. You don't have to think about it, and then all I have to do is click 1,000, 10,000, or whatever, and then just click buy power. So what I would tell you to do mainly as a new person would just be to use the market order, as long as there's not too much of a gap between these two. If there is a huge gap, it might be an idea to use this particular way of doing it. So you'd actually put it in between the gap and then go from there. So you can see on the lower traded ones, I'm just going to pick a low traded one and hope there's a gap. Perfect. So we're talking about wings, and look, it's a very similar price to power, but there's about a 30 sat gap. So even that's not a huge gap, to be honest. Sometimes this might be 6,000 and sometimes this might be 8,000. So there can be very big gaps, and so what you do is you'd come in and you put an order for, say, 7,000 and then go from there, or whatever you feel like you want to pay. Some people even put an order down here thinking it's going to drop, so it'll automatically trigger when it does drop. So you can do that. You are allowed to do that as well. It doesn't have to be an order to buy it or sell it at the current rate. It can be a future order. So these orders will just sit in as long as you leave them going. Okay. Whereas the market order, that'll just buy it instantly at whatever price it can get for it. So to just take the lowest price and it would just buy it as much as possible. But say if you wanted to buy 1,000, it would take this price, this price, this price, this price, and this price, because that would all add up to 1,000. Because you wouldn't be able to buy 1,000. There's only 68 on sale for that price. All right. And we've covered those ones. And the fourth step, as I said before, is transfer it to a wallet. So once you've got your power, as use an example, you go into balances, you can look up your power, and you go withdrawal. Now, you would find if you have a wallet, depending on what type of a wallet, and I'm going to go through all the different types of wallets in the next video. Depending on what type of wallet, you put the wallet address in here, you put the amount of power that you want to transfer. So say you'd bought that 1,000, you do that. It'll take a fee from it, because obviously they've got to make a little bit of money somehow, and then you go submit, and it's going to actually withdraw that 1,000 to your personal wallet. So just think, while it is on the exchange, you don't own it, and until it's in your wallet, then you actually own it. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, as I said, in the next one. Now, things to keep in mind is liquidity. Now, that's what I was talking about before. Now, say using that last one as an example, I'm going to go back to Wings, where there was very, very low liquidity. Now, what liquidity means is the amount of buying and selling that's going on. With something like Ethereum to Bitcoin, there's always going to be, it's going to be very tight spreads, and it's always, a spread is the difference between the buy and the sell price, and there's always going to be a lot of trading going on. You can see over here, that's the trade history. There's a lot of trading going on. Every second there's some orders, okay? Whereas if you actually, you can see it's just literally before our eyes, people are buying and selling. Now, if you go to something like down the bottom, there may not be as much liquidity. So that, this MDA coin, say as an example, there's only been, you can see it's been 10 minutes almost, or 8 minutes between the orders here, then 4 minutes between the orders. So not too many people are buying and selling. So that means that you're either going to have to pay this price and just be done with it, whatever price that is, or you'll have to put in an order and you'll have to be patient and wait for someone to buy it. So that is something to keep in mind. And look, a lot of the time you can see that's actually a big gap as well, or a relatively big gap, I should say. A lot of the time you'll see on CoinMarketCap, you'll see that there's a huge difference between the prices. As I said, say as an example, this one, so on TDAX, it's going for $1.13, and you can buy it for 76 cents on Gate using US dollar tether. But if you actually go to that website, to TDAX's website, and you actually try and sell it, you'll see that no one's actually bought or sold it for that price in the last day. So, or even if we go to TDAX, or say, what do we go to? This one. I've never actually been to, I don't even know what big one is. So we'll go to Power Big One, you can see that even though the people are, you can also click to native, so power to BTC, so you can actually sell it for 149. If you go here, 149 is the best buy price. So you can actually do it on this one. This is actually pretty rare, but a lot of the time, oh no, sorry, that's the buy orders. My apologies. Sorry, no, that's the buy orders. So what people are willing to, no, that doesn't make sense. Gee whiz, I'm confusing myself here. But basically what I'm trying to say is, on something like this, if you wanted to actually go ahead and sell it for 149, you can't. What you can only sell it for is, or actually I'm not going to use this one. This is a bit of a confusing website. I don't know, but say if you wanted to sell it for 106 on TDAX, power to Bitcoin, the buy order, there's actually no orders for 106. There's only for a small amount. Okay. Oh no, there is actually a sell order for 106. So there you go. You can actually make a little bit of money doing that, but it'd only be a little bit. Obviously, it'd only be $100 or so. So there you go. You can see how liquidity actually does affect it, because most of the time you know the last order, if it's a small amount, so say on Gate, although when you use Gate, obviously that is pretty close to the other one, but a lot of the time you'll get there and no one's actually selling it for that price that you thought. They're actually selling it for a lot cheaper than what you want. Okay. So what exchange the coin is on? So obviously, as I said, the way to do that is go to the cryptocurrency coin market cap, go to Power Ledger, go to the markets tab, or go to whatever coin you want. Sorry, not necessarily Power Ledger. Go to what coin, and you can see whereabout it's on, and it'll be sorted by volume. So where the most liquidity is within the last 24 hours. How much each price is relative to the base currency. So as I said, this price is relative to the base currency. So MDA is worth 13,535 satoshis, and so that is related to Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin is a base currency, okay, and it can keep on going up and down. You can actually see on a situation like Power Ledger, sometimes the price doesn't match whether it's going up and down on Bitcoin. Sometimes it's actually going up on Bitcoin and not going up as much on the price, or vice versa, going down on Bitcoin and not going down as much on the price. And track your portfolio. Now the best way to do it, I find, is two different apps. I'm going to say that I use Delta. I really like Delta, which is the right hand side one. It is quite good, and you can see some absolute bargains there. You can see you could buy Bitcoin for $3,000 or what have you. And Blockfolio, that's the other one that you can use. That's a very popular one, and you can see in Blockfolio, if you actually look here, Bitcoin at this particular time was worth, what was it, about $998, and Ethereum was worth $11. Don't you wish we could just go back and hold this bloke's portfolio? It'd probably be $1 million portfolio by now. He owns 900 Ethereums. Wow, that'd be worth an arm and a leg now. And let's see, Dash at $17, that'd be amazing, and so on and so forth. But basically, what you want to do is you want to be tracking all your investments. You don't want to just be leaving it on the exchange, or you don't want to be finding out, by having to log into the exchange or what have you. Just use a third-party app. You have to manually put in the transactions in, but once they're in, that's it. Okay. Alright, well that's how to trade cryptocurrency. Hopefully you learned a bit out of that. As I said at the start of the video, make sure you like it. Make sure you're subscribing to the Cryptocurrency 101 course. My goodness. And then obviously next lesson I'm going to be showing you all about wallets, okay? And that's going to be the final lesson, and then you're going to be good to go, alright? Thanks for watching today, guys.